Jumping into the OG8, still comes in this box. Now these did release in Nordstrom, and the box label is actually on this side rather on this side, which is very interesting to me. If anybody could tell me down below in the comment section why this label is here instead of here, or maybe it's a mistake, but yeah, this is the original box of the OG8s. Now before I pull these shoes out, there's only 3 colorways of the 8s. We have the Playoffs, the Bugs Bunnies, and the Aquas. Now when I pull this shoe out, some people are going to disagree with me, some people are going to agree with me, or they just like my opinion in general. You guys could let me know, obviously, down below in the comment section. This is just my favorite 8s out of all the 8s. I could easily pull out all 3 of them and let you know the good and bad in both of them. But again, this is my favorite when I do pull these out. Bugs Bunny 8s. Yep. Let me know right now. Oh, no, man. What happened to the Aquas or the Playoffs? Those are all great, you guys. Those are all great. But specifically for me, this is my favorite colorway of all the 8s. Again, don't get me wrong with the Aquas and Playoffs. I like those a lot. But again, this is my favorite color of the 8s. I don't know why I like this more than the Playoffs and the Aquas. Maybe it's the color combo. Maybe it's just how it's executed. For whatever reason it is, this is my favorite colorway of the 8s. If I didn't pick this colorway, I'd probably go with the Aquas. It's just something with that color tone that they did. One thing I did want to mention with this shoe is if you guys are looking for the OG8s, this is actually a really good condition pair, because not only that is the midsole still fully intact and not even crumbling, this part on the sole actually cracks and comes off. Yeah, this one is still dead stock. Whoever had this before, I mean, I got this off eBay for like $100. And it came with OG with a tissue and box. Whoever had this shoe before kept it in really good condition. It's crazy to me that people can keep Jordans in pristine condition even after 10, 20 years and still look like they were made yesterday. What's really cool about the 8s is this tongue here has that like fuzzy carpet material. I believe that's called chenille. But yeah, this fuzzy tongue here makes it really stand out. And I just wanted to point out how that midsole looks, how this is still all intact and it's kind of firm. But man, just the fact that this shoe is still intact, dead stock. Obviously the back part here is cracking. When I do press up more, it does go to the uppers. But overall, this shoe and the midsole is still intact. The sole part of this plastic part that you guys see here does crack, but it is yellowing obviously. You can see the difference from the white sole to this plastic portion here. Strap isn't even cracking or anything. Again, it's just crazy to me how people can store their shoes that well over the course of time. But yeah, one of my favorite colorways of the 8s, the Bugs Bunnies. Jumping into the 7s, we had that big fat red Jumpman on the box. Man, game changer. Woo! Yeah, it did come in this box. One thing I always liked about this box was the bottom portion of it. How it has that like speckled cement type print on it. But these are none other than my favorite out of all the 7s. Hopefully you guys agree with me on this one. Are the OG Hair 7s. Out of all the 7s, this one is my favorite colorway and one of my favorite Air Jordans. And I don't know what it is, why I like it. I just like this colorway a lot. Maybe it's because that age look on the uppers and the thickness on the leather, or just how the color combo was executed, made me really like this shoe a lot. These shoes are still wearable. The midsole is still firm throughout the whole entire shoe. I believe the previous owner, previous owner, or whoever had it, try to put some glue, which you guys will see some glue stains in a bit when I do a close-up. This nubuck material that's actually on the uppers is like dried up. I really like that age character look on these, and obviously that tongue with different colors on it. On the left pair actually has like this mint tealish, whatever color this is, has more of it on the left shoe. But I could see why Jordan Brand had this on the tongue and then made this design actually on for the next box, this box right here. This is just a close-up of the OG Hair 7s. This was that thickness I was talking about, super thick leather cut, and you have that really cool tongue design along with the stitching of the Air Jordan. And you guys obviously can't forget the soles. Such a super sick design. I always like this color that's on these hair. Maybe that's another reason why I like it. Now, one thing you're looking out for on the OG7s is this midsole portion part. There might be some separation that you guys can see here, but overall, you know, this is just what you're pretty much looking for, a firm midsole. One of the funny things I do here from time to time is actually these little triangle things on the side here. I don't really know the specific name to it, but people do call these like the mountains on the side, or little teeth shark mount type thing. But yeah, on the side here, the Hair 7 is my favorite colorway of all the 7s. Man, that Jumpman is fat. Jumping into the OG 6s, you still have this Jumpman box with that big red logo. Now, before I pull these shoes out, again, this is my favorite colorway out of all the 6s. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, it better be the infrared, the black colorway, and it isn't. Out of all the 6s, is the white and infrared 6s. I know, y'all about to hit that thumbs down, be like, nope, he didn't pick the black infrared. He picked the white one, nope, thumbs down. Sorry guys, out of all the OG 6s, the white infrared is actually my favorite, and is one of my favorite Air Jordans. When I do have these shoes in these plastic bags, that means the shoes really crumbled. I mean, you guys could kind of see what I'm talking about here. We'll jump right into that in a bit. This pinkish reddish colorway complemented this upper so much. It was a hard decision picking between the sport blue 6s, these, you know, those two are one of my favorites, but man, I just love this colorway. Yeah, so by pulling out the plastic bag, obviously there's a lot of crumbled here. One thing I did want to mention is that I did want to restore my OG Jordans that have a crappy, like, crumbled midsole. I do want to restore these, but for right now I don't. You know, in my past I've always said that I had nothing against sole swaps. It's just not for me, you know, but over time I do want to have these restored. I think it's just maybe because I'm just getting tired of cleaning up all the crumbled midsole parts that just keep falling off over and over. But this is my favorite colorway of the OG 6s. There's a lot of crumbled midsole on me, and man, I really want to have these sole swap. John Andrew, can you sole swap for me? This one or anyone else? I think when they first did retro, a lot of people were complaining about like how this was like, it's too pink, it's not the right color of the red. But actually on the Jumpman here that you guys could see with that booty crack, it is actually more of a pinkish color. If you guys go to Google or look up infrared, it's actually more of like a pinkish reddish than like a true deep red. And obviously part of that midsole's coming off, and just that Nike Air on the back. Now, I don't know who had this shoe before me. I did get it off my homie, but man, they really just put Gorilla Glue on the midsole. Hot glue here, man. But, you know, I've always tried to find OG Jordans with that crumbled midsole just because, I don't know, I always liked it like that. And if you guys obviously know that this was a different leather compared to the back part, where it was two different leathers. I think Jordan believed that by picking this type of leather, it would last longer than this. In reality, it just cracked even more. And then we have that also piss golden caca sole color that we have here. Even though we have that trash midsole that's crumbling, that caca brown sole, still something that I just like about Jordans when it's crumbling and stuff. Even though you guys see it here like, yo, those are trash, man, throw them things away, those things are old. You know, I always heard all the kind of different comments and everything about OG Jordans when I collect them and stuff. And what I usually tell people is that, you know, it's always the thrill of the hunt that this generation is missing. It's what these people are missing. It's the thrill of the hunt. You know, I find this hobby really fun, that it's not easy. Well, there's like another part that just came off. This is from the air bubble part. It's just something about the thrill of the hunt that what a lot of people miss in this sneaker game, or the so-called shoe game. A lot of people miss, and I've always enjoyed that thrill of the hunt. I mean, if this was so easy to get all the OG Jordans or any shoe just in general, I don't think it would actually be a lot more fun. But when you actually find something in your size, the price, the condition, you know, all those kind of factors that play in part when finding shoes or whatever hobby it is, it's just something about that thrill of the hunt. And I feel that a lot of people are actually missing that in this so-called shoe game, or, you know, whatever you guys really want to call it. And I think that's what I've always enjoyed about it. Besides the thrill of the hunt, is also trying to find the OG Jordans with the crumbled midsole. I just felt that that shoe hasn't been altered or restored in any kind of way. I mean, besides this one that has like the hot glue and the super glue and Gorilla Glue on it, it still had most of that insole or whatever's left of it attached to it. Out of all the OG 6s, the white and infrared 6s is my favorite.